Good morning, YouTube. Good to see you again. I know it's been a few weeks since I've been on here. Um, I'm going to let the vehicle in the background go by before I start trying to shout over the top of it. Sitting on the front porch, October 1st. Fall is finally here. We're going to be in the mid-80s most of the week, which is still a bit warmish for me for this time of year, but the temperatures at night are going to be down in the low to mid-60s, which is throw open the window and put the fan in and sleep without air conditioning weather, and I love it. Of course, it means you got to be prepared to wake up early in the morning when the animals come alive and start roving around in the yard. We have lots and lots of birds and squirrels and possums, and occasionally the deer run through the yard, but that's okay. I can manage. I like having that sort of stuff. I thought I'd talk a little bit today about some tobaccos I've been sampling here lately, called match tobaccos. The brands that I bought, and I'm gonna share what I've got here, um, are from Pipes and Cigars, and I think people have, at least what I've seen on YouTube, have varying experiences with those folks. Um, I personally don't have any issues with them. When they have made a few mistakes in some of my orders, it's always been generously in my favor, so it's hard to complain about something like that. So anyway, the match tobaccos. Right now in this pipe, I have Match Presbyterian. Um, and let me just, I guess, preface this by saying, if you read the descriptions in Pipes and Cigars, they really don't claim perfect matches. I think the word, I wish there was a better word. I've always liked to think of them as interpretations or homage to certain tobaccos. Um, because certainly, unless you actually have the recipe for the blend, you can't match it. I smoke a blend from a local brick and mortar that is an attempt to match Dunhill 965 from, I think, the Murray years. Um, and it's been, of course, 40 years since I smoked Murray's version, but um, it comes very close to what I feel like was that blend back then, um, which is real different than the interpretation that I'm getting when I smoke these matches from Pipes and Cigars. Um, and I've found one other match. Sutliff makes a 965, Dunhill 965 match, and I haven't tried theirs yet, but that's on my to-do list. With Dunhill apparently still going away, and of course McClellan has gone, there's an awful lot of wonderful tobaccos out there to try. And but if I can find some that approximate the ones that I have enjoyed, then I would certainly like to know what those are and to keep smoking. So anyway, I got some Presbyterian here. Let me get this thing fired up. Now, Pipes and Cigars has a list. If you go on, just shop by brand and go to M and scroll down past McBaron until you get to Match. Um, Looks like probably 20 or 25 different blends. My tastes tend, like I've said in the past on here, run towards the English or the Balkan type blends, and so that's what I've been sampling. I've only gotten like 5 different things, but I've got Presbyterian in here. This is the one so far, and I haven't by any means smoked probably even an ounce of it. Um, I'm having the most difficult time wrapping my head around. I haven't smoked any true Presbyterian in many, many, many years, so I'm really not trying to compare this to what that is, although I've got a couple of tins in the cellar. I just haven't gotten around to cracking them open yet. But just the blend itself. I'm trying to take each of these blends and smoke them for themselves, not as truly a match, but as an alternative. And some of them I think have done really well. Um, this is the nightcap match. You can see I have a full jar of it here. I just acquired 3 more ounces of it last week because I am very pleased with how this tobacco smokes. Now, it's not nightcap, and I'm not smoking it for nightcap. I've got some nightcap in the cellar that if I truly want to smoke that, I will go get it. Another one is 965. Well, you can see with the glare on the jar. Again, in its own right, I think it's a really good smoking tobacco. It's not 965. The one I was telling you about from my brick and mortar is much closer to my recollection of what the old 965 used to be. But this still is a good smoking tobacco. Of course, the Presbyterian's what I've got in the pipe right now. Orientals, Virginias, a whisper, I think, of Latakia. Although Latakia really isn't showing up in this, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I sometimes need a little bit lighter smoke in the morning. I've got some early morning pipe, which is a really good smoke, and it is a good morning smoke. It's a little sweeter than what I think early morning pipe, Dunhill early morning pipe is. Which makes me wonder if there's a topping to it, although they don't advertise in the description that there's a topping. But it's got Latakia and everything in it, but with the topping or the sweetness, let me just leave it at that, because I'm certainly no expert to know that a thing has been topped. But to me, it's almost an aromatic. I mean, it's sweet enough for me to think of it as an aromatic. It's not a Black Cavendish, Captain Blackish sort of aromatic, but it's a sweeter smoke, which means to me it's more of a morning smoke to kind of get into the day and get things going. And then what I'm trying, just got this last week, is the match for BB 1939, which I don't recollect ever having smoked in any generation of Dunhill, from either back in the Murray days or the current interpretation of whoever's producing Dunhill now. I think it's Scandinavian Tobacco Group. But anyway, I guess my point is, if you're looking for decent smoking tobaccos, and please don't think I'm a shill for pipes and cigars. I shop a lot of smoking pipes, tobacco pipes, Fort Noggins. There's a lot of them out there that I have shopped with. But this is a reasonable alternative. When I can buy this in bulk, even though it's not matching the specific tobacco, the blend itself is a good smoke at a reasonable price. In some cases, I think some of this is less than $2 an ounce if you buy in larger quantities, which is cool because, I can't always afford $5 an ounce for something that's good and smokable, but I usually can manage at least a couple of dollars an ounce. I don't know if you call me a blue-collar smoker, but I'm a retired smoker, and certainly that means my income is relatively fixed as to what I've got to spend in a month on pipe tobacco. And certainly pipe tobacco isn't as critical as milk and bread and food items, but it's an important thing to me. So finding something that's reasonably priced, that I get quality smoke from, regardless of what I call it, I guess is really let the car pass. Is really kind of the whole point of my ramble this morning. That I found these tobaccos to be satisfying. Now, it's taken me several balls to get into them, but it usually does. There are very few tobaccos that I put straight into a pipe and am immediately taken with. even the most expensive tobaccos. I usually go smoke a few bowls and kind of start learning them, feeling my way through them, and experiencing them before I really begin to have an appreciation. Sometimes as much as an ounce or two before I can really say, yeah, this is good stuff. And you may find the same experience with these things here. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Don't hesitate to try these things. Don't think that you're going to get what they say they're matching, but to their credit, they don't really claim that they're an exact match. Um, but anyway, it's time to go. I'm over 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes here. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks again for stopping by. Quiet friends, subscribers, almost up to 100, and I will try and follow the tradition here of doing a giveaway when I reach 100 subscriptions. Still thinking about what I might ask of you to kind of have some fun with that sort of stuff. Can you hear my cat? I've been gone for 4 days, and he's really, really kind of needy, so I'm going to go attend to him a little bit. Anyway, peace to you all. Please be kind.